Coming from the true space, we ain't answer to big neighbors. I don't give a fuck what you say. Found the universal coochie, planting seeds and birds fruit. Now I'm really looking juicy. Welcome to the true space. Yeah, bitch, welcome to the true space. Welcome to the true space. Yeah, bitch, welcome to the true space.
You can look at through the zodiacs and how Aquarius season is going to be hitting everybody. So, starting with Aries, sounds like we're obviously going into your 11th house. The sun going into Aquarius. So Aries, a lot of focus is going to be shown on how you work with your friends and your associates, and look at that real challenge where Aries, where your focus is on your individuality and your own individual expression, and getting things going and starting like that. It's hard to communicate with other people at an efficient rate, but there's also that opportunity for people to really help push your fire. Look at the sextile, with the air, help facilitate to build a bigger fire. How would you think this?
This looks like, as an Aries, you trying to put all your energy into your nervous system output to put this imagination and vision. But this imagination and vision, since it's a cardinal sign, you'll not be able to sustain yourself. This is why you may not, when it comes to your brain and nervous system, it's very hard to sustain an image or imagination or sustain a certain amount of energy. So I bet with having this sextile with the sun and Aquarius going to your 11th house, you're gonna figure out more ways to stretch out your nervous system output by finding people who could help you, like exert this same energy, since you're looking for people like yourself, and that will help you maintain your own energy, but also meet people who have the same energy, people who are willing to spark things and give birth to things. But you're gonna have to be willing, you're gonna associate yourself and put some of that God of War energy aside so you can associate. If anything, your associate will love it, because since they'll be like, alright, this Aries, we could use him, since we don't even have all of us have this trait. And then you end up benefiting by people who have maybe a higher mind than you, guiding you as you're being the fighter, basically. Like, I'm pretty sure within any groups, there's this one nigga, they use him as to go to war, use him to do this, that, and so on and so forth, which is what the group for.
Absolutely. 100%. And that just reminds me of the Aquarius, like the FBI or the CIA. Always, when they're killing the presidents, there's always a lone gunman. I was just thinking of how they just be using Aries. Aquarius just be using Aries like that. Just be like, hey, you see that nigga, or convincing him to go and do it. It was like, oh, the lone gun shooter or the lone wolf. He did it by himself. But I feel like that's how Aquarius kind of rocks with Aries, and not all Aries is naive with that energy, but just the energy of Aries and getting things going, being the beginnings has, fresh naivety, curiosity, you have to try something to get things done. Aquarius fucks with that shit. Aquarius fucks with, like, Aries will go and test things and sparks things, and now Aquarius can see and fixate it. He might judge, and stuff like that, but it's being able to collect a whole bunch of information, and it has theories of what it can progress. And Aries is just like, so Aquarius would be like, I think this might happen if this would do the Aries look. Oh yeah, it goes and does it, and then Aquarius is able to, okay, so now I see it. So it does work with it like that. So don't run away from your friends and your social life, and you working with other people in this time. Even if, like what Harith was saying, the God of War has to sit aside sometimes, and you try to control the flame. You know what I mean? I feel like with Aquarius, with fixed air, there's more of an emphasis to control the flame. You have a control, the constant state of airflow that you can direct towards the flame can help facilitate the fire at a certain rate. Too much fire, maybe you'll burn out real quick, or the fire will dissipate. If you get what I mean, like the other air signs, Libra's more like a gust of wind to get the fire going, and Gemini, it's more floaty. But like Aquarius is like you're really focusing on that point. So, like what Harith is saying, you know, let the God of War take a step aside and really focus on how you're working with other people.
That's why you have Jupiter in your first house too. You gotta learn a lot about yourself, so you could actually go do something with your 11th house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where you're supposed to learn about yourself. And the quickest way to do that is through, you know, other people. Them acting as a mirror. Them, you know, abandoning your identity to a certain degree. You know, obviously still, you know, cater to yourself or tend to your desires, but abandoning certain ideas or concepts that you had associated with yourself or something like that, it could be very beneficial, because through loss, you know, like you don't know what you have until it's gone, type of deal. You really put some perspective on how you've been treating certain desires and how you can redistribute things in your life. So yeah, that's how Aries be looking.